Hey everybody, it's MommaOG. I am back with another reaction. Today I decided to circle back around to Heilung. It's been way too long and I could use a little bit of this in my life today. The next song on my list is called Asja or Asja. Not sure how to pronounce that. It looks like a simple word, but I know that the language that this band uses is not simple at all. And speaking of which, I had found a video that had the lyrics on the screen along with English translations. And I did start recording a reaction to that, but like 30 seconds in, it was apparent that not everything was being translated properly. So it was rather confusing. I decided to go ahead and go with the official audio, although it's not on their channel. It's not from their channel. I did look on their channel to see if this song existed anywhere on it, and it's not, as far as I could tell. And I've got the lyrics right here pulled up in a split screen, so we're going to give this a try. Before we get started, if you would like to request a specific reaction, you can do so by clicking a donation link down in the description. Send along the information of the song you'd like me to react to, and I will get it recorded as soon as possible. I also take notes while I'm reacting, so if you see me looking down occasionally, I'm just writing down a couple things to help me remember what I want to say about the song when it's time to talk. Okay, I'm just going to make some adjustments since this is just audio over here. I want to make these lyrics a little bigger so that everybody can follow along with me. I think that might be good. Okay. I'm excited for this. I've got my earbuds in. Let's go ahead and take a listen. Yeah. Okay, it does look like some of these aren't being translated. This was quite a challenge. I probably spent a good 15 minutes looking. I even tried translating it myself in certain translators. I looked for Old Norse translators online and just had no luck. So hopefully you guys can fill me in after. I'm going to just rewind it a little bit here. It is a little confusing trying to determine where we are. Let's go ahead and keep going. I can hear the guy in the background too. Okay. Okay, sorry to keep pausing it. It seems like we're in a bit of a transition. This first part was more hard-hitting. You know, there's specific people mentioned here. I believe these are names. Maybe they're not people, they're gods or deities, what have you. This seems like another one. Hindla. Wise Hindla, anger is no more, very cheerful. So it sounds like there's a bit of a intensity to this first part. And then musically, and you know, I'm seeing the lyrics, it seems to soften a little bit. Let me rewind it again and let's go back through that transition. Okay. That deep lyric, vocal that's still going. There is some visualizations over here. Mm. Asja. Goosebumps. Full body chills right now. My God. Do I hear her vocalizing there? I think I do. Okay, it's starting over now. Listen to her inhales. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Oh. Oh. Okay. That was a little bit different. It seems to be, actually, let me pull those lyrics back up. I don't know why I closed that window. Okay, I've got them back. Let me just split view it again. Okay. So as I mentioned, the beginning of that felt a little more, you know, like the norm of what I'm used to with Heilung. The music, it, you know, of course, it felt ritualistic. You heard the guy throat singing in the background and then the main throat singing in the foreground. And then it seemed to transition into a softer part where Maria was singing. But what stands out to me is that this is more about like love and healing and happiness and protection. I think that's might be what the word Asja means, is protection, because every time she said that, it was at the beginning of this line here. Whoops. I swear, things are just one of those days where every little thing that could go wrong, like there's a bunch of little stuff happening that's just a bunch of annoyances. Okay. Yeah, so every time she started here, she was saying the title of the song. It still feels ritualistic and tribal, of course. That's like at the heart of what they do. But this one seemed like more like a blessing or a just a, like she said somewhere in there, I can say the chant or the spell. It's like a chant for like well-being and healing and love, and kind of, you know, I got the gist throughout the lyrics. It says the love stands and the harm goes away, pushing out the negative and just kind of absorbing the joy that comes with life. So in this regard, this one is different because it's not your typical like war chant from them, like a lot of the other songs. And also what's different with this reaction for me is that I am reading the lyrics as I'm listening. Normally, I don't think I've done that yet once. And a couple of people have made comments that, you know, you really should check into the lyrics of their meaning and such. So I thought I would give that a try this time. And man, it really creates a different experience. Her vocals, when it went into the soft part of the song, they were extremely soothing. And then, you know, the music behind it is the strong drums and I don't think it's a violin. It's probably that big table thing where they push a bow on it. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. But it's that constant sound from that instrument. And it's just these tribal drum beats. So when her voice came in and just kind of washed over me, that's the point of the song that started to become like hypnotic for me. There was also something she was doing with her vocals where, you know, you could hear her inhales as part of the vocals, which is really cool. It was a really cool effect. Of course, like I've said with every song that I've heard from them, this kind of music, it touches a part of me that feels primal and organic. As a group, they are so organic. You know, musically, they're using like ancient instruments, and of course, the aesthetics, when you watch them, everything seems so authentic with them. So it's easy to let this music absorb into you and really let it touch a part of you that you don't get in touch with very often, which is probably the biggest thing I love about this group. Not a lot of stuff can do this for me. And that's it. It's meaningful. It makes it even more meaningful than the average. This was another amazing song. Before I end, I just want to go ahead. I'm going to close these lyrics out. I want to go ahead and read this description because I wanted to do a little bit of digging into this song. It looks like there's some info here. Okay, so this says it's a love song, blessing the listener with love. Okay, yeah, it felt like that. It felt not something like, oh, we're getting ready to go and invade and God help you, or the gods help you when we arrive, you know, like a war chant. It was more of a, like it says, a blessing of positive things. Chasing evil away. Okay, yeah, I got that too. Like it was like get rid of the negativity and just absorb the positivity, the joy, the love, and let that stuff kind of wash over you. It's the second track taken from Heilung's third album, Drift. Okay, August 2022. Okay, so it looks like there's a quote here from somebody. I don't know if it'll say. I'm just going to read it. This is a love song. Maria sings to the listener of love, recovery, prosperity, chasing away evil, and welcoming love. Piece contains a quotation of some lines from Havamal. probably not saying that correctly. Is that like a book or a writing? I'm going to have to look it up. Sorry. It's a single poem in the Codex Regius. Let me just open this up. A collection of Old Norse poems from the Viking Age. Okay. A scholarly estimate of... Okay, so it literally means words of Havi, the High One, in Old Norse. So could it be like the Viking version of a Bible? I don't know. I'm guessing. Okay, so a scholarly estimate of Havamal's age dates the poem between 900 and 1000 AD. The poem itself, a combination of numerous shorter poems, is largely gnomic. Gnomic poetry consists of meaningful sayings put into verse to aid the memory. Okay. I'm learning all kinds of stuff today. Presenting advice for living, proper conduct, and wisdom. Okay, like the Bible tries to do in the Christian world. No more further comments on that because that would be a whole nother video, but it seems like a similar context. It is considered an important source of Old Norse philosophy. The verses are attributed to Odin. The implicit attribution to Odin facilitated the accretion of various mythological material also dealing with the same deity. Okay, interesting. Okay, let me get back to this. Let's see here. Okay, where was I? There we go. Okay, combined with a selection of blessing words meant to provide help to the listener in a troubled time. Okay. So it would be something that would be sung to somebody who's having a troubled time, and it's kind of like a spell or a chant to kind of push their troubles away and help them to kind of renew themselves in positivity. Kai brought his part back to us after a month of isolation, fasting, and meditation in nature. Only the spirits know the full meaning, but we do know that the context is love, prosperity, and protection. I could just, as soon as I read that line about him being in isolation in nature, visually, all kinds of things just popped into my head. I could just imagine where he did this and how beautiful it must have been. The sonic composition of the song is made up of very basic elements and consisted of body sounds, drums, leaves, straw brooms, bowed lyre, and vocals. Okay, so it's bowed lyres, maybe what I was trying to think of earlier. I was going to say that musically, I even wrote it down, organic musically. I don't know if I heard like the leaf sounds and such, but I don't know. That was just an instinct that kicked in while I was hearing that. Asja is Heilung's take on a more traditional folk song. We would expect the pre-Christian people of Northern Europe to have perceived this as a magic song, performed with intent, as an entity with its own power and agenda, which once summoned through sound, follows its design and creates the desired outcome. So it's a spell. This is our voice being sent out there with the intent to heal and bring progress and prosperity. Oh, that kind of makes me want to cry. Asja is composed, written, created, and performed by Kai Faust, Christopher Jewell, Maria Franz, and our ancestors. That's so cool. The song is produced, mixed, and mastered by Christopher Jewell at Lava Studios, Copenhagen. Heilung is, okay, this is from their wiki. I remember reading that. And then what they always put on here. I do wonder if this channel is associated with them somehow officially. I'm sorry, I'm doing all this research after the fact. Let's see what their bio says. Season of Mist is an independent label that's always been known for being innovative and having wide. Okay, so it's a label. Okay, so that's a channel trailer. Okay, so they probably have a lot. Yeah. Heilung, Cryptopsy, Rotting Christ, Gall's Word, Sylvain. I've never heard of any of those. So it's probably just alternative music, it looks like. A lot of cool stuff, actually. Yet another rabbit hole, perhaps. Yes, this was amazing. It was quite different than what I'm used to with their kind of war-like ritual chants and war cry songs and such. It was a nice change of pace. It was very soothing and relaxing and had more of a, like it said, blessing of positivity and a healing feeling to it. So that was awesome. Thank you all so much for being here to share this with me. I will see you on the next one.